What is the primary reason for the following guidelines related to the disposal of biohazardous materials in a healthcare setting? So let's break down biohazards. And if we break that down the middle, we see bio, which means life, or harm to living things, because hazard has to do with a harm. So in this case, we're discussing things that could cause a harm to our patients, to our staff, including ourselves, or depending where you're working, animals as well. So we want to find a reason for disposing of these items that could cause a hazard to living things in the place where we work. So option A says to comply with billing and coding regulations, and we can eliminate that, because billing and coding is not the same thing as a biohazard, which is a harm to living things. Option B says to minimize risk of fire and property damage. And when we look at biohazardous materials, we're looking at materials that are a harm to people. So they're a health hazard. So that's different than something that's a risk of fires. So we can eliminate that. Option C says to prevent the spread of infection and disease. Now, if we look, what is infection and disease? Infection and diseases are things that cause harm. So these are harmful to living things. And that's exactly what biohazards are. They are life harm or life hazards. So in that case, we want to dispose of biohazardous materials correctly in order to prevent these harmful things to living things. Choose option C. And then option D says to protect the environment from harmful waste. Now, this could be tricky because you might go to option D, you might say, oh, this prevents harm to the environment, but actually we are preventing harm to the healthcare setting, meaning the patients and the people in it, and not as much with the environment in this case. So we could actually eliminate option D and go with option C, preventing spread of infection and disease.